Esako Club 81 is the foremost social-cultural club of Edo North, with main focus on the welfare of the Afemai people and the development of the entire Edo North.
I'm actually very much grateful to God for a very good tenure. And by His grace, we delivered to the expectations. When we were coming in, we gave ourselves some targets. And to the glory of God, we were able to meet those targets.
As part of his milestone and achievement after 2 years in office, the president, Sir Greg Otsu, decided to add some panache to the regular annual general meeting to be rounded off with a gala night. Few days to the event, the media sensitization commenced in earnest with a flyer and jingles to publicize the event. The president, Sir Gregory Otsu, and the entire members of Esako Club 81 present 2025 Global Annual General Meeting with the membership that cuts across Nigeria and the diaspora. Highlights include election of new executive officers, dinner, and special awards to deserving Nigerians who have contributed to nation building.
The 44th Annual General Meeting, this is a must attend by members and non-members. We are partnering with a lot of institutions, and that is a venue that will tell our story. We also want to bring in a new management, a new ESCO, and the ESCO will be inaugurated that very day. And we also use the opportunity to tell our partners what we have done with this thing, the support they've given us so far, and which we wish to also beg and encourage more partners to join us as we move Esako and Afema and Edo State forward.
Special guest of honor, His Excellency Senator Okpebolo, Chairman of the Day, Mr. Austin Alewe, Chief Host, Chief Sam Afemehe. Date Sunday the 14th of December 2025, venue Air Force Officers Mess, 1 Kofuabaomi Street, Victoria Island, time 12 noon. There will be pre-AGM presidential meeting and greetings with guests on Saturday the 13th of December 2025 at Presken Hotel, Victoria Island. Let us come together to savor the Esako and Afema cultures with food, music, dance, and networking. Event is strictly by invitation. Announcer Dauda Usman, Chairman LOC. The modest pre-event gathering at Presken Hotel, Victoria Island enabled some interactions with the president. With members adorning the customized branded t-shirts and face cap, the 44th annual general meeting soon started in earnest with the opening prayers followed by the rendition of the club's anthem.
Lord God, we thank you for bringing all of us here today safely to the 44th annual general meeting of Esako Club 81. We thank you very much for keeping us.
Senuto fama nureyama nitoto gbiwo rusa gbegima lagegbegbe pwe imayalo Esako yalo imayalo.
With the president, Sir Gregory Otsu, presiding, the items on the agenda gradually unfolded. The president, in his report, presented his scorecard to the House during his tenure of 2 years, which saw the birth of more branches. He also requested for a minute silence in honor of some of the departed founders, Ambassador Abdulaziz Garuba and Dame Loved Suleiman.
At the 44th Annual General Meeting of Esako Club 81, holding today, Sunday, the 14th, 2025, at Lagos. Board of Trustees, past president and elders, past president elders of the club, members of the executive committee, esteemed members, ladies and gentlemen. Our modest achievements include the following. National Secretariat. The Secretariat worked hard to support the smooth administration of the club and thereby created a seamless and harmonious working relationship with all branches, local and international. and other standing committees of the club. ESCO meetings were held monthly. General meetings were held as and when due. Minutes of meetings. These were prepared, reviewed, posted on WhatsApp platform and via email ahead of subsequent meetings. The president attended and presided over all the monthly general meetings, ensured timely renewal of clubs' website subscription payment, coordinated and promptly renewed members' group life insurance, supported finance team with account reconciliation and debt recovery, supported the education committee with screenings, Zoom meetings with the bodies, and payment of scholarship funds. In September, the committee hosted a successful second phase of ESACOG Head Day. ESACOG Head Day webinar on Sunday, 17 September 2025, which was well attended by members and friends from around the world. The committee did a fantastic job in raising funds to accommodate the action plan, and the process was very successful. Members contributed generously towards the club scholarship scheme. The committee has implemented measures to maintain active communication with scholarship awardees, ensuring they are progressing well in their studies, that the club's financial support is utilized efficiently. Recently, we disbursed the sum of 700,000 to 7 awardees out of 15 clans, notably from the 15 clans in ESACO. Branch establishment and development. The committee was able to, 1, work closely with the existing branches to assist them in aligning their plans, objective, and budget for the year with the overall objective of the club. 2, constantly engage the branches to ensure a seamless working relationship with the national body, including an effective monitoring, reporting mechanism. 3, onboard the UK branch and home branch for this year. The UK Europe branch project has been a dream for a long time. Many successive executives of the club tried to deliver the project during their times, but could not, owing largely to the absence of committed persons in the UK to help drive the process to conclusion. The committee also successfully inaugurated the home branch.
The financial report followed suit as presented by the Financial Secretary, Mr. Haliru Momodu. The report were fully discussed with observations well noted. The President used the forum to present the welfare pamphlet and club's brochure to the House.
The club recorded a surplus, cash surplus of 19.54 million in the course of the year. Our membership also grew, albeit not the way we expected, but it still grew by about 4%. Our income for the year rose from 26.9 million to 47.4 million naira. And that is as a result of the constant drive and the love being shown by all the members of the club who duly supported the club in the various projects that we had, namely our Afamai Day and also the Cultural Center project and the inauguration of our UK and home branches, which happened this year. It's recorded about 80% growth on revenue. Also, you know, when you grow, you also have expenses. Our expenses grew from 22 million to 27.5 million. But I also like to note that the president and the treasurer and the finance team tried as much as possible to bring down this cost during the course of the year. And most of items that came through were strongly scrutinized, and we tried to apply the best price mechanism around. So that's why you can see that the expenses did not rise as much as the revenue, which is very good. And let's also mention that as a club, we generate our revenues from basically levies, annual dues, donations. And the club does not make any money from anywhere other than those parameters. And if we've gone to about 47 million, you should know that most of those came from donations, free will donations by our members. So I think on behalf of the executive, we also want to thank once again all the members for all their donations through the course of the year. Now on to our balance sheets for the period under review. Our current assets stands at 41.15 million from 22.95 million, solely from the projects like I mentioned before that we embarked on. And we have quite a handsome amount of cash in our bank accounts. We operate 2 bank accounts, Zenith Bank and Globus Bank. And currently we have about 25.18 million as cash in those accounts. So while we are happy, I'm sure people might ask, why do we have so much cash in the account? But we have ongoing projects. So it's something that the Treasury is also looking at to see how we can also begin to put some of those monies in fixed deposit and the rest to earn some form of interest for the club for the period. So some of the things we embark on in the new year is once we have our budget, we know the items that will come up, be it quarterly, then we can fix some of those monies in money market instruments.
I want to ask the President to comment on 1 or 2 areas in the report. Now, if this report is to serve as a handover note, I would imagine that there are 2 key activities in the year that are not there. We spent extensive time and energy in this year working the committee headed by our able legal luminary Elejuno on the welfare package, which is the first time that this club thought about itself before thinking about others. And that welfare package was carried after extensive deliberations, extensive work and extensive deliberations. I commend your effort and your committee effort, but it's not in this report. We shouldn't lose sight of that very important document because it changes the narrative completely in terms of how we treat ourselves and look at ourselves. That's point number 1. The second point is that, again, Luminary has worked so hard with his team in branch establishment and development and management. And I know you have commissioned that committee to do an extensive procedural manual that will guide the operations of branches and help them tie in with reports to the worldwide headquarters. And that is not there as well. Because given what has happened in the last couple of months and what we are trying to do to renew ourselves and all that, that is a very pivotal report that should be strongly inserted in your report. Then finally, to the financial secretary, when he was giving his report, I saw in the report that the cultural center has an expenditure of 30 million. And then he talked about 99 million or something like that. I didn't understand that aspect of it. And it would be nice for him to clarify that. But I am a bit surprised that with all that has gone into the cultural center, if we are still just looking at the cost of 30 million, I think that is an area that I would like us to look at.
I'm not an accountant, but I'm looking at the financials. Number 13. Current assets. You said debtors, 15.8 million. I don't know why you categorize it as current assets, because I look at the list of debtors. I don't know what we are doing to recover the debt. And a lot of them might end up as bad debt. So why do we categorize them as current assets?
I don't have too much to say, but I want to challenge the information on the last page of the financial report. Number 3 there applies to me, QS Momodu Aliu Agbomeke. I'm represented here to be owing 480,000. I remember last month I paid 300,000, and I demanded that I be told the balance and how that balance is made up. Nobody spoke to me, and from the information here, it appears nothing was done. I am not owing 480,000. It's a gross misrepresentation. So I demand that that information be corrected.
I want to join the BOT to commend the president for running this club for the past 2 years. We know, those of us who have been past presidents, it's not easy to run this club. It's fairly difficult. But has managed to steer the affairs of the club for 2 years. And we're happy we are here today to look at to help the AGM and the socials after. I also want to particularly thank the financial secretary for a job well done. I think I saw a copy of the 2024 account and somebody took it back. Because last year when we were here, we didn't even have a report, financial report of the club for 2024. But I'm happy that that has been solved. And now we have a comprehensive report for the 2025. So I thank you so much for a job well done. It's not easy. And I know that he had issues that he was trying to sort out between the head office and other branches. But we made an income of 47.4, which is very huge compared to what we had in 2024. And an expenditure of 27.5, which is low, which appears low compared to the income that we got. But what I will say, if you look at the running costs, the makeup of that 27, so you have the breakdown of that figure. So I know it's not easy to run the club, but I've advised that the next executive put some finger on the costs so that we can have a better surplus.
My experience with Sir Greg, there was a time we were having a meeting and it was becoming more or less hysterical about maybe the feelings he felt people had about him. And we took time to talk to him. As a mark of leadership, he took that correction. And he adjusted. And things have continued to move and move and move.
I want to start by saying congratulations, Mr. President Greg, that you are ending your tenure successfully. It's a good thing and a thing to be celebrated and be thankful for.
From the report, so that this can be corrected, page 11 of the Financial Secretary's report, under the head, the company, legal form. The company, we are a club, registered under Part C of the Companies and Land Matters Act, not an incorporated company. Then, legal form, page 11 of the Financial Secretary's report, the heading. There's a heading there called the company, so that the taxman doesn't think that we are a profit-making entity. Then number 2, under the legal form, it reads, to create a forum for the sons and daughters of ESACO to meet and discuss problems common to their part of Bendel State. Bendel State became defunct in 1987. So you can say as it then was, as in 1981, we were in Bendel State, but today we are in Edo State, and suggest solutions. So that should be corrected before, that should be corrected as part before adoption.
Quickly address the various comments that were raised. In no particular order, please. The first I'll take is my big uncle, Mr. Bomika. My apologies. Like I said during the report is as at November 30th. Okay, that's the reason why. You actually are not owing the club. You understand? And that's the first thing I said. And secondly, I mentioned that the reason why we brought this, if you're listening, I said that we intentionally put this debtors list to also engage people so that we can see how people can quickly call and have their name removed from the list. So by the time we are cleaning up and finalizing with the auditors, we will not have that there. And those that have paid between now and end of the year will remove their names. So please bear with me. My apologies. Is not. Let me stand and inform the House that you are not owing the club any money, sir. Yes. Thank you. Then the second thing is the mentioned on the current assets. Actually, the reason why we are carrying those debtors as current assets, like you know, we run a one-year program, a one-year. What's the word to use now? The receivables is 1 year. So basically, those things are current. Okay, we're not looking to make anything long-term debt because we intend to collect them every year. That's the intention. So we have to go with take that as it is. So that's why you see it as other current assets, because it's actually a 1 year tenor. So, but if hopefully, not hopefully, we don't expect that people will start to owe us money for 2 years and 3 years and all that. So if that's the case, then we'll have to engage long-term debt. Our BOT chairman mentioned the cultural center project. I also mentioned that the evaluation that we have would be done at the end of the year to see the current assets of the center. So I'm pretty sure that based on what has been done, the evaluation of the cultural center will obviously be higher than what we have in our books. But that's the net book value as at now. But I'm sure once we do the evaluation of that, we would also reflect that in the accounts. What was also raised was from our past president and elder, my father, Mr. Akpaibo. He mentioned about the expenses. We need to reduce our expenses and clean up. That is noted, sir. We are working strenuously to reduce our expenses, and we'll continue to do that. Let me also mention that what we intended to do, but at our time, is that I want to promise the House that going forward, we have the buckets that we have introduced now, and we'll share with all the branches so that we capture expenses and it's harmonized across board. But if you look at the expense schedule at the back, you will start seeing some names, personal names. That should not be the case. But for now, just take it that we know those expenses, we know what they're used for. But going forward, we'll now assign those things to the appropriate parameter. Then last, and not least, the observation made by my big uncle, SAN, and past president. Yes, the reason why we left it there as a Bendel State is that that's what the club has been carrying. So maybe we need to change what the club has been carrying, because the auditors asked that there's something like Bendel State, and I said I cannot on my own just change the club's motto. So I think that has already event has so far. So maybe we should change that to Edo State. I don't know if the legal people will look at that. I really don't know. But that's what it is. But it's noted. We'll take that. And we'll also reflect the change from company to club. So, Mr. President, I think those are the questions raised. And I think finance has answered them.
We went ahead to document the report to document the report of the welfare subcommittee headed by our brother Sadiq Ilegiono. Welfare subcommittee, and a very thorough job was done, and we said it would be nice for us to document it. We documented all our efforts so far, so we can write and send this to our brothers and sisters around the world.
The legal advisor, Sadiq Ilegona, made a formal presentation of the pamphlet, which was rounded off with comments from members at home and the diaspora.
In my capacity as the chairman of the ad hoc committee of members' welfare, to present to all of us the welfare policy document, which clearly and robustly articulates the various aspects of the benefits that accrue to members as their entitlement for being members of ESACO Club 81. The leadership of the club realized that for the past 44 years or so, are still counting, the club has stood out in their philanthropic and humanitarian gestures, contributed to community development and other related public endeavors. They have also now realized that while you are helping others, you also should be strong enough. You also should have eaten enough to be able to continue to do the good work. That is why they thought it fit that to sustain the interest of members and potential members in the club, it would be nice for us to also begin to, to continue to take care of ourselves. So the present executive, the executive committee, National Executive Committee, finding expression in the person of Sir Barrister Chief Gregory Otu, decided to set up a committee to look into the welfare of members. So on behalf of my colleagues in the committee, we present to all of us today all of these items that will retain our interest in being members of the club. So the committee, the ESCO has also thought that as a way of helping to raise some form of revenue for the club, that it will have to be given away at a token to all members, even though it's our entitlement. But the committee, the National Executive Committee has decided that in our effort to drive more revenue for the club, that a token of 3,000 naira will be paid per members in order to sustain the financial stability and continuous growth of the club.
In his final remarks, the president presented some burning issues the club should take cognizance of, especially the home and American branches and the reservations some members of other branches expressed on lack of inclusiveness in the global AGM.
Changes we have been having with the branches. With the ESCO, we agreed and said that as it is right now, which we also have discussed with some of the elders and past president, it will definitely be not feasible for us to conduct a worldwide ESCO. And I just want to touch one or two branches. As we discuss now, the American branch have changed their bylaws. They've changed their constitution, and they amended the constitution to 2 years tenure without any consultation with the national executive. As we are discussing now, the president and his ESCO, the chairman and his ESCO are saying that they have done election for another 2 years. He came in with me when we were coming in. He came in with Abuja when we were coming in. But as we talk now, they said they've amended their bylaws. That is 2 years tenure each. So they have refused to conduct election. They said that their ESCO will run for another 2 years after the first 2 years, which I think is a big challenge. The UK, we informed them that any branch that is inaugurated, that you are only, the chairman and the ESCO are only interim. And the same thing with the US. I said same thing with the home branch. The Benin branch is practically not functional. They've not met in the last 6 months. And the branches establishment and development have had constant meetings with the Benin branch, and they are still not forthcoming. So the ESCO have met, and we decided that the Benin branch, we are setting up an interim
committee, caretaker committee, dito the whole branch. So we believe that this caretaker committee should be in the position to mirror these branches and make them have a proper election. Because the truth of the matter is, they are not functional, they are not giving us report, they are not paying their dues at all. The home branch is even worse, because outside the 27 members inaugurated, as I talk to you, outside the 27 members inaugurated, as I talk to you, they've not come back to us on any member they've admitted, and they've not sent anything to the committee, membership and branch committee. So the decision of our ESCO is that these branches, especially the home branch and Benin branch, are dissolved. Their management is dissolved, and we are calling for interim management for them. And what do you call it? The US branch, the USCO, Leas meeting, the elders and past president, same day with the UK branch, that the proper things should be done. So we have these branches run as they are supposed to be.
The meeting soon transited to the dissolution of the transiting executives to make way for the election of new ones. The Electoral Committee, comprised of past President Dr. Tom Imohai and Elder Colonel Gary Usman, the various elective positions were filled after called for nominations.
All members of the club present at the general meeting shall be entitled to vote at an election, provided that only financial members shall be qualified for election as officers. Then, subsection 2. Any person seeking election into the position of first vice president or second vice president of the club must have been an active member of the club for a consecutive period of not less than 5 years. So for those of us who are looking for the position of president, vice president, first vice president, second vice president, you have spent not less than 5 years in this club. And for other positions, not less than 2 years. And section 85, subsection 3, it says election shall be by simple ballot, decided by simple majority. So we are going to abide by this one.
The swearing-in of new officers was done by past President Prince Asama Kadiri's son, while charging the new officers to carry on the torch of Exago Club.
Do solemnly swear that in the service of Exago Club 81, in the office of I will be faithful and always bear true allegiance to the club. I will truly exercise the functions entrusted to me and will do right to all members of the club. In accordance with the Constitution of the club and in accordance with the laws and usage of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, without fear of evil, affection or ill will, I will always perform my duties diligently and efficiently, and I will not engage in any activity in conflict either directly or indirectly with this pledge. I will always follow the path of justice, honesty, and what is right among all the members of the club in all I do. So help me God. So I congratulate every one of you. National President Worldwide, Ajahn Mohammed, I congratulate you on your election as second Vice President, EC81, National Second Vice President Worldwide. My dear brother, I'm also I congratulate you on your election as Assistant General Secretary for our great club, EC81. National Assembly. My dear brother, Andrew Mohammed, I congratulate you on your very well-deserved election or re-election as Financial Secretary, National Financial Secretary. I thought I saw a thing here earlier on. My dear brother, Sadiq Lekwino, it is my pleasure and honor to congratulate you as the National Legal Advisor of EC81. Congratulations. Re-elected and re-elected and re-elected. Keep up the good work. My dear brother, Asada Hocker, it's my pleasure to welcome you to office and congratulate you as our brand new public secretary. And you are stepping into very big shoes that have been held by our permanent public secretary, now second vice president, and I am very confident that you will deliver on our expectations. Congratulations. My brother, Ibrahim Sule, indefatigable social secretary, now re-elected again and again. I congratulate you, and we are very pleased with your service to the club, and we do hope that you will continue to be a very powerful service to the club. Congratulations. My brother, Patrick SS1, our indefatigable chief whip. And because of the confidence we have in you, you have been duly re-elected to continue in office as chief whip. Please keep up the good work and congratulations.
The new elected officers are President Mr. Momo Abdurrahman Odama, First Vice President Barrister Patrick Inebume, Second Vice President Hajia Amina Mohammed, General Secretary Mr. Yahya Suleiman, Assistant General Secretary Mr. Amanozi Abdullahi, Financial Secretary Mr. Haliru Momodu, Treasurer Mr. Abdul Rafiq Abubakar, Legal Advisor Barrister Sadiq Ileguno, Publicity Secretary Mr. Alfred Akoka, Social Secretary Mr. Ibrahim Sule, Chief Whip Mr. Patrick Eshesuma. The swearing-in quickly transited to the gala as invited guests watched the event unfold to the admiration of all. While meals of various sorts from small chops, variety of local and continental dishes were served, the guests visibly savored the food culture of the Afemai people. The brief remark from the local organizing committee chairman and the president made way for the opening address by the chairman of the occasion.
No, the essence of the speech I made, and which is the essence of why we are here, is that at the end of the year like this, we come together as a people to celebrate God's goodness to us in 2025, to pray for God's grace, God's guidance, and God's blessings into 2026, for God to be ensure that we are all here in 2026 again to celebrate the way we are celebrating today. So that is the first stage. The second stage is for us to realize that as indigenous of Esako land, we do not just come here in Lagos to celebrate, but we must decide how we as indigenous of Esako who have come into Lagos and come out of Esako can contribute to development in Esako land. And thirdly, for us to collaborate as Esako indigenes, that where there's an opportunity and an Esako man is competent, I should give him an opportunity. And that way, you not only develop your people, you develop those around you. And it is central in whatever we do. If I quote for a legal brief with an Englishman, if the decision is to be made by an English person, he will most likely think. And I'm not saying if the man is incompetent, but when the competencies are equal, think of working with your own brother.
We want a global club, a club that will ordinarily stand the test of time and follow rules and regulations. We are out there to benefit our wards, to benefit our children, to give them that aspect of development that we crave for as a club.
With the invited guests well seated, the major highlight of the gala was presentation of awards in different categories anchored by Lady Agnes Umuadi and the MC. Gradually, the various categories of awards unfolded, from the Leadership Excellence Award, Recognition and Appreciation, Meritorious Awards, to the Distinguished Son of Esako Land Award, with recipients filing out to receive their plaques.
Leadership Excellence Award to Engineer Dr. S.K. Ilegbikai for all he has done for the club, Esako Club 81. Engineer, keep it up. Keep it up.
Chief Samson Azebokai.
I present this award to you, Honorable Osman Dada, on behalf of the ESCO and elders of Esako Club 81. We say thank you very much. Barrister Sadiq, this is a testament to your unrelentless hard work, morning and night. We are thankful to God for making you our son. I'm particularly very proud of you. My brother, my friend, God bless you for your kindness. God bless you for all you have done for this club. The more we expect you to contribute to mankind. Thank you. I present this award to you, this award of excellence. Congratulations. So we need to say thank you, Stanley, for all you have done. And we are grateful for everything. We thank you for your great efforts and your dexterity.
From behalf of the president and the club, I hereby confer this award on you.
There was a brief interlude of entertainment by a young Esako youth.
MyZubia.com.
Onogaze la vare, nonoze la vare la remevo. Azemaru sokwegbeo, ni malia balali se son wele. Onogaze obo la vare, nonoze la vare la remevo. Azemaru sokwegbeo, ni malia balali se son wele. Afemai Edo not, Esako is not safe anymore. Insecurity, Repugbe, Parfait. Opinali, Ozepade, Idui Mama, Mayo, Opi, Maye. 60 kilo liona, na ligi dwi mama yoni me slow down. Neni magwato bi maye, anoda iruwa polo yege. Iyobwe kikuni pule, neni male, ema pull over. Your money or your life, pull over. Eje, ire pull over. Neni male, ki kidnap asile. Chichi legete, bi papa levo me. Kidnapper, say to mama. Kidnapper, say to sister. Honora ze la pare, nona ze la pare, yagi la remiewo. Azemaru so pepe o, ni malia bala lise sonu wele. Insecurity ne afema, yewa rege pugbe o. Azemaru so mwekbe o. Imaya barali sonu wele. Oh, I consign me. Lilora reconsign just one day. Azemare benchekbe. Imaya barali sonu wele. Ekelyo me na relume. No mo fiekbe na biteme o. Okume woto ni terame o. Moliye. Ekelyo me na relume, no mu fiekbe na biteme o. Okume wo anitirame o. Ingoliye. Light on the candle, me Louis chapter 2. Irigoma ege lati school. Eva yoma ege lati imeye o. Ofe owe mulaye. When you have people, Abuja, Ogodo Ipo. My only magai gometi, Ogora Duma Kola. Afemane ya fipo, yawa gwenore. Ene ya fe, yawa gwenore. Unity is power, azema gwenore. Utumaloga fu, azema gwenore. Insecurity mana lesege pugbe bapema. Eba rama ege yime, eba yoma gelati yime. Udoge to totaka yo ime. Udoke to totara yo ugie. Anye for, fare nu ya le for. Inye for, onye for, fare ni ma le for.
The high point was the one presented to Dame Barrister Grace Zemaye Egbagbe, former executive director of the Nigerian Television Authority and the mentor to the American branch. Accompanied by some of her friends, there was a consortium of past presidents alongside the outgoing one to make the presentation.
To present this award to our own very amiable sister, Right Honorable Dame Barrister Chief Grace Zemaye Egbagbe, KSGG, Knight of St. Gregory. This award of recognition and appreciation is coming from your own family, Esako Club 81, in recognition of your outstanding contributions, dedicated service, and unwavering support to the progress and vision of Esako Club 81 worldwide. She is the mentor of our America's branch. Congratulations.
The night was as memorable as the entertainment it provided. The activities was concluded with a vote of thanks as presented by the President-elect, Mr. Abdurrahman Odama Momo.
I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you all for being part of this memorable event. We appreciate you. I pray that things of joy will not cease in your life in Jesus' name. You left your endeavors to attend this very event. And I also pray that the Almighty God will work with you. The Almighty God will work for you.
Okay, now we're talking about what the administration will be doing. I want you to mention, Ali, 3 key things in the first 1 year you are going to concentrate on.
Education 1, health 2, that FMI cultural center.
something must be done about it. Something drastic has to be done about it. In fact, I'm going to concentrate my energy on the Africa because it's becoming a shame that a club as big as this, we started the project how many years and we are still there. We have not roofed it. And I'm going to channel I'm not for frivolity, so I'm going to channel my attention on that very project.
How was it planning for the event? Honorable Dauda Usman shared his experience.
Hectic, I must say, but for what I have seen today, I will say yes. I thank God that everything came out well the way we planned it. Yes, there were hiccups, but I give thanks to God.
Our media team thereafter interacted with guests and officials for their takeaways.
I must admit, I don't know too much about the club. However, I started taking interest because of one of my colleagues, Mr. Momo Odama. So I started taking interest in the activities. And he told me about some of the things they have been doing and what the club represents. It's a social club that prioritizes the interests of indigent students, welfare for the community and all of that.
There's need to bring in younger people because they are the people that will take over the helm of affairs when the old generation move on.
Just to encourage, it's a continuum, and we can only but to encourage the new ESCO, as I was encouraged. So we will also encourage the ESCOs and to continue growing.
Advice for them is to make an impact so that tenure can be very impactful. They must focus on some projects that will touch the lives of people.
What they need to do is not difficult, but it's important. You have to study where you are coming from in order to chart a way forward. The last ESCO was very active. That is the one headed by Chief Greg also. So all they need to do is study their methodology and improve on them. They will move the club forward.
As we congratulate the outgoing executives, we wish the newly elected ones life-impacting successes during their tenure. Amen.